Do you come across people who have concerns about the safety of eating basically like scientific food, like stuff that's been created like that? Do people just think it's unhealthy or something like that?
Yeah, a lot of people do, and I think, and some of it's really justified. I think ideally, if we could all cook all our own food and start with fresh fruits and vegetables and other ingredients, I think we would all eat really healthily. But just me, I don't enjoy cooking. I haven't got the time to do it most of the time. I'd rather be doing something else. Mm-hmm. So I really like having convenient foods. But I think, and in the past, I think ultra-processed foods, this is a big area where a lot of people are really against the food industry. There is some valid criticisms of ultra-processed foods. When you process the food, you break down all the cellular structures in the plant, and therefore it can get digested by your body much more quickly. So you get these spikes in sugar and fats in your blood,
right?
Which can eventually, disrupt your metabolism and lead to diabetes and things like that. So I think what we need to do now is recognize that's a problem, and let's say, can we redesign these foods so we're still using science to create them, but we don't have the adverse health effects that we used to have. And I think there's a whole series of different technologies being used to do that. And I think probably the most powerful one is probably genetic engineering, which a lot of people are really against genetic engineering.
Well, it sounds scary.
Yeah, but I think, but then people, I think they did a big survey and said, would you eat DNA? And I think something like 60 or 70% of people said, no, I've never eat DNA. But everyone's eating DNA every day. It's in the cells of every meat and plant tissue that you eat.
Yeah.
So we're all eating DNA. And then, you don't want people messing with your DNA, like by genetic engineering or something. But when you cook something or you put it in the piece of bread in the toaster, you're scrambling all the DNA anyway. So it's going to be very different. So I think there are legitimate concerns with any new technology. And I think as scientists, we really have to address that. But I think, and we need to communicate to the public what are the risks and the benefits. But there are some enormous benefits. You can increase the yields of crops, so you can get more food, you can make them more resilient to climate change and increase salt levels, increase temperatures. You can increase the quality of the food, so you can get more protein or minerals or vitamins in your food. So I think there's all sorts of potential benefits you can do.
So does that mean we would, alter like a vegetable or something, and it's still being grown, but now that we're growing it, we've altered it so that it's more resilient to a different climate, or it has more nutrients for us. Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's one application. And there's already products on the market. So for example, there's some products to try and decrease food waste. So there's these things I think called Arctic apples. So what they've done is genetically engineered the apple. They've knocked out one of the enzymes in the apple called polyphenol oxidase. So that enzyme is what causes apples to go brown. So now what you can do is you cut the apple and it doesn't go brown. And they've done the same thing for potatoes. So that really decreases food waste. So you don't have to, you can package your little slices, and they're going to stay for a long time.
Wow.
So that's just one example. I think they're making things like, pink pineapples and stuff like that. So there's all sorts of Willy Wonka kind of things you can do as well with this technology. But there's also some important ones for environmental and health reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they made those square watermelons a few years ago.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I think they're making like animals without horns. Wow. I don't know why that, but I don't know what the benefit is for that. Or they're changing the composition of the pigs, so they've got more omega-3 fatty acids in them. And omega-3 fatty acids are supposed to be beneficial for health. So you get rid of the saturated fat and you put these healthy fats. And they've done that with, I think, soybeans as well.
Gosh.
So you genetically engineer them to produce the equivalent to a fish oil, like a healthy fish oil, but it's actually in a plant. So you can get all these beneficial lipids, from an easily growable source and really abundant source.
Wow, that is amazing. So this may be too complicated to explain, but how does that process work? How do you genetically engineer or modify a plant like that?
Yeah, so I think what they do is they use
Hey, thanks for watching this video. This is my dog, Murphy, and these are dog treats. Now I'll give Murphy one of these dog treats, and all you have to do is press the like button. Just press that little like button right down there at the bottom of this video, and this sweet, adorable, cute little puppy gets a treat. All thanks to you. All right, you did it? Okay, I believe you if you said you did it. There you go, Murph. She got that treat because of you. Now, I'll eat one of these treats, and all you have to do is click that subscribe button right there, pointing to it. Just click that subscribe button, subscribe to Curiosityness with me, Travis DeRose. Get lots of good video, and I'll eat this treat. All right, you did that too? That's not very good. Bro, not very good.